Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we're following the latest on the breaking news and Marie Presley, the singer and only child of Elvis Presley, passing away hours after being rushed to the hospital. The 54-year-old reportedly suffering cardiac arrest. This morning, we're going to look back on her life, and Dr. Ashton is going to join us with more on women's heart health. You'll want to see that and so much more on Good Morning America.
Coming up on Good Morning San Antonio, good news for that hole in the ozone layer. It's starting to heal. Coming up on GMSA, Sarah Costa spoke with a professor locally who explains what is helping it and when we might see it fully restored. And checking TransGuide right now. So far, so good on the Friday morning commute, but it is the Friday the 13th. Read into that how you will. 1604 at Wiseman, 281 at Corey. We're going to get you through the morning by starting your day with GMSA. Ahead this hour, an overnight stabbing incident on the city's west side sends one man to the hospital. We'll tell you a little bit more about it.
And let's look out there with live cam. Like Mike said earlier, welcome back January. We're at 36 degrees, definitely cold out there.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Rise and shine, South Texas. It is 6 o'clock on your Friday, the 13th of January.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. The cold weather has finally arrived for the fans of cold weather out there.
Yeah, it's downright chilly this morning, especially the further you go up I-10 in places in the Texas Hill Country. Freezing or lower, I bet, Mike Osterhage?
Oh, yeah, we've got, and then there's just a hint of a breeze out there. For the most part, there's not much wind, and that's why we got so cold. But where there's the hint of a breeze, like at the airport, you got a wind chill to deal with as well. So no matter how you slice it, no matter where you are, grab a coat. Needless to say, got a lot of clear skies out there this morning, and temperatures 36 now at the airport. So we had been kind of fluctuating a little bit. It went up to 38 at one point, now back down to 36. 28 in Comfort, 29 Kerrville, 30 Bandera, and then you've got these numbers 34 Honda. So in your backyard, obviously you may be right around freezing there. Same thing over by Port SA, Stinson, Castroville at 36 degrees. And there's, again, not much of a wind out there, but where there is that little bit of a breeze, it feels like 29 at Castroville, and the wind chill is 31 both at Port SA as well as out there at the airport. And we're going to have a huge warm up throughout the day. By the way, Mountain Cedars on the high side. That was yesterday's count, and that was after we had those winds Wednesday night. Now the updated reading comes out later on this morning, and we'll see what yesterday's windy conditions throughout the day due to the Mountain Cedar count. Mold was on the on the moderate side yesterday. That should be dropping down with this very dry air that's in place. So we will bottom out at 35 this morning, and then a lot of sunshine, clear skies. Temperatures are going to be warming up very quickly. Dry air warms up very quickly, and so we'll make it to the upper 50s at noon and then top off at 65. So we start off a little bit on the cool side of normal, and then we end up a little bit on the warm side of normal by just a couple of degrees. Normal high is 63. We'll make it up to 65. If you are heading out this evening, take a jacket, or late this afternoon, take a jacket, because once the sun goes down, it's going to cool off very, very quickly. Overall, got a great looking forecast for the long holiday weekend. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. The man, the myth, the legend, Justin Horn is in here this morning.
Thank you, Mike. And you were talking about Mountain Cedar, the amount of sneezing going on in the studio. I'm going to guess that number is going to be higher today. We'll find out here in about an hour or so. Let's take a look at the TransGuide cameras here. It has been smooth sailing all morning long, which is pretty impressive. We have had 0 incidents. Again, we don't want to jinx anything here, but if you're heading out on a Friday morning, getting onto the road right now, everything looks good. Everyone's moving at posted speeds on this Friday the 13th, and we have not seen any flashing lights. So you can expect a pretty smooth commute. As we look at the big map here, everything's green. So everything's flowing, as I said. Now, you do notice these 2 incidents here, as we've been saying throughout the morning. These are fires. So there are fire crews in these areas, which they could cause some slowdowns in these particular neighborhoods. So this is down near Gevers off of I-37, but it is not causing any slowdowns in the main lanes. And then on the west side, along San Fernando, there is another fire reported there with fire crews in place. So if you're around those areas, there could be some slowdowns in those particular neighborhoods. Otherwise, it is all good this morning. And coming up in a little bit, we'll talk again about what's going on tonight at the AT&T Center and what you can expect parking-wise and traffic-wise across downtown. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. It appears fire has found its way inside part of a local church's history. San Antonio firefighters were called to the southeast side property of St. Margaret Mary's Catholic Church around 4:30 this morning.
Katrina Weber's live in the 1000 block of Ada Street, not far from South Gevers and Fair Avenue. Katrina, you mentioned earlier that the fire was in a hall, not the main church, right?
That's right. It's a separate property from the actual main church. This is called Beavers Hall, and apparently, according to firefighters, this is some sort of an event center that has some storage areas on the backside, and that is where they found the actual fire. But it did send smoke throughout this building. Let me give you a look at the video that we have from earlier this morning. Now, there was heavy smoke pouring out of the vents toward the attic of the building. Firefighters tell us that, that smoke did spread. They had a hard time figuring out where it was coming from, though, until they opened up the backside of the building. Those storage areas apparently used by sports teams and a Boy Scout troop. And they say in one area where a Boy Scout troop had some camping gear stored, that's where the fire was. They were able to put that out quickly, but of course the smoke from that fire did spread throughout the building, causing some smoke damage. Now, according to the church's website, this building has been here since 1970, so it's more than 50 years old. And according to the firefighters, again, it is used for events, so we're not sure exactly how that will impact the church. We will find that out a little bit later on, but the good news here, no one was injured. Reporting live on the southeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. New this morning, a man is recovering after he was attacked at his west side apartment. This happened around 9:30 last night on Culebra near Callahan Road, and that is where police say the man answered his door and was stabbed in the neck and the head. He was rushed to the hospital, and police are still looking for that suspect. Developing now, NEISD police are trying to figure out more about a video circulating on social media.
It led to an investigation after a fight at Roosevelt High School involving people who were not students at the school.
Alyssa Cole is staying on top of this story, and she is live in the newsroom. Alyssa, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. This was a scary situation. The fight broke out yesterday around lunchtime in one of the school's bathrooms after a Roosevelt student opened a door and allowed 4 people onto the campus who were not students. That's according to Principal Brian Norwood. Norwood says the 4 people were involved in the altercation. A video of the fight began circulating on social media, and it shows one person holding a weapon. NEISD police are working to identify the individual seen in the video. Norwood is asking parents to speak to their kids about the importance of not bringing weapons to school and not giving people access to campus if they shouldn't be there. This is a story we are following closely. We'll have more information on our website at ksat.com. Back to you all at the desk.
Alyssa, thank you. Right now, 2 teens selling candy are recovering in the hospital. They were hit crossing the street to get to their mother. Happened near Roosevelt Avenue and East White Avenue on San Antonio's south side. Police say the victims are just 13 and 18 years old. One of them is in critical condition. We are told they did not use a crosswalk. The driver is not expected to face any charges.
New research is being conducted right here in the Alamo City that is bringing hope to so many people battling different forms of cancer. That research taking place at the START Center for Cancer Care. Our Jonathan Cotto spoke with the principal investigator for the study, who says their research teams are hopeful to have a drug that is tolerable, manageable, and effective.
Over time, scientists have discovered several mutations and abnormalities in tumors which make them grow.
And the challenge has been to find so-called targeted drugs to try and stop these mutations and essentially treat the tumors.
Dr. Papadopoulos is the principal investigator for the adagrasib study at START Center.
The study we have been involved with essentially was testing one of these drugs in patients with a mutation called KRAS, which is very common in a variety of tumors.
He says there has been very encouraging data that shows Krazati, the new drug, is also effective in treating colon cancer.
Our part was essentially participating and developing the drug to the stage where it could then move on and be available to a whole host of patients outside of the clinical trial.
The trials have involved several hundred patients with different malignancies across several countries.
The advance has been to show that these drugs are effective in these patients with this variant of KRAS.
KRAS G12C is an oncogenic driver mutation in different types of cancers. Historically, researchers have not been able to find a way to stop the rapid cell growth. But this study drug has at least one patient hopeful.
So we started it and kind of talked through it, worked through it for the first 6 months, and then we were like, hey, it's working really good. So here we are a little over a year and a half, and it's still working.
Howard's journey with cancer began in 2020. He has metastatic colorectal cancer with the KRAS G12C mutation.
I'm happy to be a guinea pig for this so that other people won't have to go through the, tough trials and tribulations that I've done to get to this point where we can just say, here's a pill versus doing chemo.
Some patients have the opportunity to access study drugs well before they are approved in clinical trials. Something Dr. Papadopoulos says it's a way patients can get the help they need who otherwise have run out of options.
We're certainly becoming more efficient, and that's the hope, that we can get these drugs with the FDA's guidance approved and available to patients as soon as possible.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Well, San Antonio City Councilman Clayton Perry ducked and dodged questions about his return to council yesterday. He took a leave of absence after he was accused in a hit-and-run crash and now faces a DWI charge on top of that. KSAT's Garrett Berger asked the councilman why he thought it was a good idea to return to the council seat at this moment.
I wonder, why did you decide to come back? I'll answer all those with my statement. I'm not talking anything about that right now. Do you really think that short statement was enough for your constituents?
Now, Councilman Perry's statement said he was thankful other people involved in the crash were not physically harmed. He also said he followed appropriate measures recommended by medical experts, but he did not say what those measures were. The councilman only says he's devoted to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Mayor Ron Nirenberg has said without a conviction, City Council would not be able to remove a fellow member. Perry has a court hearing scheduled for January 24th. San Antonio City Council is set to meet the next day on January 25th in a closed-door session.
Time now, 6:11 and 38 degrees for now.
Still ahead on GMSA, it's game day. The Silver and Black are home in the Dome. What you need to know before you're heading downtown tonight for the big 50th anniversary celebration.
Plus, applications are no longer being accepted for those trying to wipe their records clean. After the break, how you can still get some help.
Outside with live cam on this cold Friday the 13th. If you're superstitious, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through the day together. It's going to be a good day and a great weekend. You're watching GMSA.
And welcome back to 6:15. New details this morning in a story we have been following. A nonprofit organization, Texas Legal Services Center, receiving a big response from the community.
More than 1,000 applications were submitted for free legal expunsion services, or expungement rather. We reported last month the organization needed more applicants, and we recently learned they're no longer taking them. We're told the price of expungements could be a part of the reason. They could cost upwards of $3,000 apiece.
What we want to do is see who the folks are, so that if there's a waiting list or something of that nature that we can develop, then we don't want to turn people away in which there's a need.
Even though the Texas Legal Service Center application portal is closed, you can still swing by the NAACP office at the Barbara Jordan Community Center to get expungement resources. Now, we have all those details on our website at ksat.com.
6:15, Justin is traded a weather hat for a traffic one this morning.
That's right. How are the roads looking right now, Justin?
It's still pretty good. We've had one crash show up now, and I'll show you that in just a second as we look at the TransGuide cameras. 410 and Morrison still looks good there. We have not had a lot of issues as we scroll around at some of the TransGuide cameras. Traffic is picking up on I-35 at Redmond, as you would expect this time of morning. We're starting to get right into the heart of the morning commute. There's I-37 at Cesar Chavez. Not a big deal right now, but this is going to be far more crowded a little bit later today as, of course, the Spurs playing the Alamo Dome tonight with a lot of people going downtown. Here's a look at what we got going on the map. As we've been saying, these two incidents are fires. Still fire crews at the scene, so still working scenes, and there's going to be some traffic issues around those. But the new crash that has come in is just off of 410. They're along Callahan Road, Callahan and Cambria Street to be exact. And then you have the two fire incidents that we've been talking about. In general, though, the roads have been just fine. There have been very little issues as far as traffic goes this morning. Let's talk about the Alamo Dome tonight. If you're headed down there, know that it will be very crowded downtown, and there is free parking in 2 garages, but they're going to fill it pretty quickly. That's between 3 and 6. City Tower Garage on Commerce and St. Mary's Garage on Travis Street. Otherwise, you can do via Park and Ride from the AT&T Center or Crossroads at 151 Crossroads Boulevard. All the permit spots at the Alamo Dome gone.
Yes, they are.
Fiona and I were down there yesterday doing a story for today, as I mentioned earlier. And what's interesting, too, is because they've got it in the Final Four setup, so it's not the curtain halfway center of the dome. And they've got some bleachers and some seats right around that, and a lot of open space then before the actual stands. And they've got these gargantuan decals and everything covering the floor with different things all around there, and they're putting them out. So it's really cool to see how they do all that.
I wonder if it was going to be harder to watch the game tonight. I mean, on TV it won't make a difference, right? And the Alamo Dome only has a couple of screens, not a giant thing like you'd find up at Jerry World or anything like that.
That's true.
I mean, if you're sitting in the upper deck,
But the energy will be...
yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Telescope's not allowed. So if you're in the nosebleed, you're gonna have to wing it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
And they've surpassed the number of tickets needed to be sold for the record. But then,
regular
of course,
season record.
Yes.
Got to have folks actually going in the doors there to set the record. So, which I don't think is necessarily going to be a problem.
Steph, you're going to be there. Have fun tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Wave to us, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, we'll look for you. You and 64,999,000.
Exactly.
35 degrees this morning. It is very cold out there. That front moved on through a couple of days ago, and now the cooler air has filtered on in, as well as the drier air, and then that's going to heat up very quickly, up to 65 later on today. Plenty of sunshine, just a spectacular day. And if you are going to the game, going out tonight, you leave before the sun goes down, take a jacket with you because it will cool off very quickly once that sun goes down tonight. And boy, spectacular. All the sunset pictures we got from yesterday, a few clouds hanging around there, just beautiful. Yes, it does look like a Painter Bob Ross special out there. Thank you very much for the KSAC Connect shot. And you can see a lot of clear skies because we got a couple of stars off there in the distance, as well as the flashing lights of an airplane. And wind chill temperatures right now. 30s and 20s out there. 29 is what it feels like Castroville, Hondo, Kerrville, Comfort, and feels like freezing at Seguin. And then at the airport, 31, as well as at Port SA. And air temperatures, just a couple of freezing readings out there, but boy, definitely bundle up. Now, the humidity obviously is very low, and that's one of the reasons why the clear skies, light wind, and dry air, why we did get so cold this morning. It's going to be the same situation tomorrow because the very dry air stays in place overnight into tomorrow and through the day tomorrow. Then as we go into the afternoon, notice how the wind starts to shift around, and then overnight into Sunday, how the humidity starts to come back. Now, dew point's still down in the 40s. That's not bad at all. However, we won't be able to get as cold Sunday morning, so we'll stay anywhere from, say, 10, almost in some cases 15 degrees warmer Sunday morning than what we are this morning, what we will be tomorrow morning, and will be subsequently warmer in the afternoon. Nothing as far as any cloud cover out there right now. And it's interesting, this is the storm system that was really off the west coast a couple of days ago, and then they got another one coming on in here. And this is the one that brought the front through here and also produced that severe weather with the tornado outbreak around Alabama and Georgia yesterday, and more than a half dozen fatalities with that. So what we've got is this track that's been coming across the country and just about straight west to east. Unfortunately, everything just a little too far north of us to give us any decent rain. Now, as far as temperatures, as mentioned, we're going to be in the mid-60s today, tomorrow. We warm up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll get a bit of a break in the humidity in here as well, but obviously nothing really regarding temperatures that much. But we will be cooling down by the end of next week. And as far as low temperatures, yeah, very cold again tomorrow. Not as chilly over the middle portion, first and middle portion of next week, but then low temperatures will start to drop down somewhat as we go into the end of next week with the next decent, not big, but decent cold front. 58 degrees today at noon, sunny skies, and then a high temperature today makes it up to 65. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day. Open up the windows, and again, got to emphasize, if you don't need a jacket this afternoon, take one with you if you're going to be out this evening because it'll cool down quickly. And then tomorrow, 35 up to 66. Another huge warm up. 75 on Sunday, 77 Monday. Nice weather for the long holiday weekend for all the events on Monday for MLK Day. 80 Tuesday. Humidity will drop a little bit. Then another front, more of a bit of a decent front, if you will, comes through Wednesday. Hopefully that's going to squeeze out a couple of showers as well.
Well, we shall see, hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Right now we're at 622, 38 degrees.
And coming up today on GMSA at 9, Medina Valley High School students are giving back today. They're helping out with things like painting and landscaping.
Tiffany Huertas tells us more about the school's annual Community Service Day and what it means to students. Plus, Justin will be speaking with a NASA climate scientist about the latest report on global temperatures and where 2022 ranks for hottest year on record.
All that and much more today on GMSA at 9.
This is the sound you're breathing. And this is the sound of better breathing. Fasenra is a different kind of asthma medication. It's not a steroid or inhaler. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for asthma driven by eosinophils. It's one maintenance dose every 8 weeks. It helps prevent asthma attacks, improve breathing, and lower use of oral steroids. Nearly 7 out of 10 adults with asthma may have elevated eosinophils. Fasenra is designed to target and remove them. Fasenra is not a rescue medication or for other eosinophilic conditions. Fasenra may cause allergic reactions. Get help right away if you have swelling of your face, mouth, and tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Headache and sore throat may occur. This is the sound of Fasenra. Ask your doctor about Fasenra.
In your GMA First Look, a man charged with the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students appeared in court yesterday and waived his right to a speedy trial. Look for that and more coming up at 7 o'clock right here on KSAT 12.
And time now, 6:26 and 38 degrees for now.
Still ahead on GMSA, are you ready for the big Mega Millions drawing tonight? What you need to know before you get your ticket and what your chances look like for winning it all coming up.
And let's look out there with TransGuy looking at I-37 at Cesar Chavez. Pretty quiet there for now by the Alamo Dome. It's going to be kind of crazy later this afternoon. We're going to be checking in with our Justin Horn, who is in for Stephen Cavazos this morning after the break.
Are you ready for the big game tonight at the Alamo Dome? There are some things you'll want to know before you head downtown. We've got you covered.
And this morning, we are remembering the life of Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis Presley. She died suddenly at the age of 54.
As expected outside, it's cold this morning, down to 37 degrees. Welcome back to January. And we jump right into a Friday, the 13th of January. Good morning, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Yes, happy Friday. It feels like January. I guess it's about time for the fans of cold weather, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's going to stay cold for a few more mornings this week. Weekend.
To this morning as well as tomorrow morning, and then we'll warm up. By the way, before we zoom in here, I just want to point out 3 weeks until the. No, I said before we zoom in, I want to point out that Stephanie's boots. Because
it's cool.
The cattle drive's coming up in 3 weeks, so the official start of rodeo. She's got some beautiful cowboy boots on as of right now. So we've got clear skies out there as of right now. Yes, cold this morning. Boots and coats, pretty good idea no matter where you are. And we're at 36 degrees right now. Dew point stands at 25, so still very, very dry air around here. Clear skies and light wind, and all 3 ingredients are in place to allow these temperatures to really drop down. So we're freezing. Bandera, Kerrville, Comfort. Hondo at 34, 30 in Uvalde, and at one point Valverde had dropped down to 33 degrees. But with these numbers at 34, obviously in your backyard you may be below freezing as of right now. And again, not much of a wind, but where even there's that puff of a breeze out there, you got a little bit of wind chill to deal with. 32 is the wind chill in Seguin, 31 at the airport, as well as Port SA, and Uvalde feels like 30 degrees right now. Mountain Cedar was on the high side yesterday's count. The updated reading is going to be coming out in just about an hour or so, and it's going to be interesting to see how much yesterday's wind throughout the day shook up those mountain cedar trees. Clear cold this morning and then sunny, beautiful mid-60s, big warm up. Dry air warms up easily, but then does not hold the heat in that much. So it's going to cool down really quickly tonight if you are heading out late this afternoon and after the sun goes down. We'll do it all one more time tomorrow. Same numbers for the most part, and then warmer on Sunday and Monday and a few more clouds around here. But overall, very nice. Humidity is going to start to return. Not too bad, though, especially for all the events and activities on MLK Day on Monday. Maybe, if you keep your fingers crossed, some rain by the middle of next week. Don't get too excited about that. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Justin Horn is behind the wheel this morning. What's going on, sir?
Hey there, Mike. I'm not superstitious. Friday the 13th, it's been a good morning. That's how we know. Hopefully we're not jinxing things here, but the traffic has been great this morning. There have been just a couple of issues at that. And as we look at a lot of the freeways here, everything's moving along at posted speeds. There's I-10 and Medical. Everyone is moving along just fine. Fridays tend to be a little bit lighter, yes, but to have a full morning here without a crash, we love to see that. I-35 at AT&T Parkway. AT&T Parkway looks good there. I-10 at Frio, same story. We did notice over there at 90 and Couples, we're starting to see things pick up a little bit more traffic-wise, but still no slowdowns. We haven't seen really any brake lights or anything like that. So let's look across the city here with the map. We've had a couple of incidents where there have been fires. So these are fire incidents where there are fire crews there. These are in neighborhoods, so they're not causing issues on the main freeways. There is one other crash, this too off the main freeway at Callahan Road. It's a minor accident, and it is not causing any slowdown. So all in all, pretty good report this morning. Of course, we'll keep tabs on it, and downtown gets a lot busier tonight with that Spurs game. Something else to keep in mind, guys.
Justin, thank you very much. San Antonio firefighters say they are leaving it up to arson investigators to figure out how a fire started on the property of a Southeast Side church. They say they don't believe there's anything suspicious about it.
That fire broke out in a hall that belongs to St. Margaret Mary Church. Katrina Weber is live in the 1000 block of 8th Street near South Gevers. If the fire is not suspicious, why are they calling an arson team? Katrina.
Well, firefighters say that they were having a really tough time finding the exact cause of the fire, so they wanted to get some expert eyes on it. Now, we have seen those investigators going around this property. Most of the firefighters have wrapped up their work and left after putting out the fire. There was more smoke than anything else, heavy smoke pouring out of the vents when we got here. Although that fire spread, the smoke spread throughout the building, firefighters say the actual fire was contained to a storage area on the back side of it. The building called Gevers Hall belongs to St. Margaret Mary Church, but they apparently rent out the storage areas to youth groups, including a Boy Scout troop. The firefighters say the fire started in a storage room that had some Boy Scouts camping gear in it. They say that area was locked up pretty tight, so they don't think that anyone got inside and started that fire. And again, they're leaning toward it being possibly accidental or maybe even electrical. But again, arson investigators looking for the cause. Now, this building, according to the church's website, has been here for more than 50 years, so we're not exactly sure how this will impact the church. Reporting live on the Southeast Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Fire crews also had their hands full with an abandoned house fire. This one happened on San Fernando near North General McMullen. Investigators say the home was destroyed. The flames also spread to a nearby business. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
Also new this morning, an arrest has been made in a local murder case reported right here on KSAT 12. This is a look at 36-year-old Penny Gomez. There's her mugshot. San Antonio police say she's accused of running over a woman, killing her after a big fight near downtown earlier this week. This is video from when it happened on Wednesday. Police said there was a fight involving as many as 30 people. We're told the situation escalated, and Gomez is accused of running over two women. One of them died at the scene. The other was seriously hurt. Gomez is facing charges of murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
And another arrest to tell you about. This is 28-year-old Romulo Barker. He is accused in a stabbing case. Now, this one happened last month. Police say the victim showed up to a gas station on San Pedro after being stabbed several times. That victim was rushed to the hospital. A witness told investigators that Barker bragged about the attack. He is facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And right now, we're just under 12 hours away from what will be the most attended regular season game in NBA history.
It's pretty awesome. The 50th anniversary of the San Antonio Spurs will be celebrated tonight against the Golden State Warriors down at the Alamo Dome. That crowd is expected to be over 65,000 fans.
Alyssa Cole is in the newsroom with the latest on the game and how to deal with all that traffic tonight. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Stephanie and Mark. So despite already selling a record amount of tickets, the Spurs are selling even more tickets right now as we speak. But with this huge success comes a big problem, an expected traffic nightmare. But don't worry, we're going to tell you everything you need to know. This is different from any other Spurs game held in the Alamo Dome from 1993 to 2002. Tonight, fans won't see half of the Alamo Dome like the old days. The Spurs have opened up the final 4 full court layout. Last night, the number of tickets sold was 64,387. And the Spurs are making even more tickets available with standing room on the floor, single seats, and seating with limited views. They say the best way to handle parking is to show up early. Starting at 2:30 this afternoon via Park, ride services will begin from Crossroads and at the AT&T Center, and free downtown parking begins at 3 at City Tower and the St. Mary's parking garages. At 4, fans who show up early can join the pregame fan fiesta at the H-E-B Plaza. Doors open for fans 2 hours before tip-off at 4:30. And also tonight, there will be a halftime performance by the 90s rap duo Tag Team and a pregame light show. After the game, there will be a post-game fiesta and fireworks at the H-E-B Plaza. When you're getting ready for tonight, don't bring what's on your screen. That includes folding chairs and binoculars. We have a full list of other items that you cannot bring, along with what you can, on our website at ksat.com. Now, also on ksat.com, we've got a complete game coverage ahead on tonight's historic event, including some great vintage photos from the Spurs in the Alamo Dome. Mark, Stephanie?
We're excited about that. Thank you, Alyssa. Tonight is a big Mega Millions drawing worth $1.35 billion. This comes after 25 consecutive drawings and no winner since October. This is the second largest in the history. Now, the big jackpot prize will only be distributed to a winner who chooses an annuity paid over 29 years. Nearly all jackpot winners take a cash payout. Now, for tonight's drawing, that's nearly $708 million. The chance of winning a Mega Millions jackpot is slim, 1 in nearly 303 million.
But a bunch of us are going to try anyway.
Yeah, but there is a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. 6:39, 37 degrees.
And coming up on GMSA, some good news for planet Earth. Just ahead, why experts say our ozone layer may heal sooner rather than later.
Before we head to break, we want to turn to the shocking death and now to the death of Lisa Marie Presley. The 54-year-old singer-songwriter and only child of Elvis Presley died after she was found unresponsive at her Los Angeles area home.
Mourners have been leaving flowers at the gates of Graceland, where just this past Sunday, Lisa Marie Presley celebrated what would have been her father's 88th birthday. Here's ABC's Will Gans.
No matter what the world may
Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis Presley, dead at 54 after reportedly suffering cardiac arrest on Thursday. Her mother Priscilla releasing a statement on Thursday night reading, "It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter Lisa Marie has left us. She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known." Just 2 days earlier, Lisa attended the Golden Globes asking for some support on the red carpet.
Yeah, I'm going to grab your arm.
Yeah. Inside the venue, Austin Butler winning the Globe for Best Actor, playing Elvis.
Thank you for opening your hearts, your memories, your home to me. Lisa Marie, Priscilla, I love you forever.
On a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born.
Born in 1968 at the height of her father's fame, Lisa Marie Presley recalls her father singing her to sleep as a little girl. She was only 9 years old when he died. Lisa would go on to forge her own path in the industry, releasing 3 albums of her own. She was married 4 different times, first to musician Danny Keough, with whom she shares 2 children. They divorced in 1994, and just 20 days later, she married Michael Jackson.
He said, "What would you do if I asked you to marry me?" And I said, "I would."
Lisa Marie going on to marry Nicolas Cage, and finally Michael Lockwood, dad to their teenage twins. And overnight, Lisa Marie's family saying in a statement, Priscilla Presley and the Presley family are shocked and devastated by the tragic death of their beloved Lisa Marie. They are profoundly grateful for the support, love, and prayers of everyone and ask for privacy during this very difficult time. Lisa Marie Presley said she wanted to be remembered first and foremost as a good mother.
6:45. How about some good news for the planet? That hole that was discovered in the ozone layer back in the 1980s is on track to heal in the coming decades.
This after harmful chemicals have been phased out. Our Sarah Costa spoke with a local environmental science professor about what this means and what still needs to be done to continue to heal our planet.
Check out this video. NASA shows us the hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica and how it slowly grew larger over time from the 1980s. But now a new scientific report from the United Nations says that hole is actually shrinking and is on track to recover to 1980 levels by the year 2040, and in the most damaged areas by 2066.
This is a really good example of how we can make a global issue a challenge, but a success.
Dr. Kim Jones teaches environmental science at UIW. He explains that the reason for the recovery of the ozone layer is thanks to harmful chemicals known as CFCs, being phased out due to the cooperation of countries across the globe during the Montreal Protocol that took effect in 1989. Most importantly, the ozone layer protects not just us, but all our plants.
Agriculture and plant materials would be negatively impacted, and that would be a global catastrophe.
Jones says there is still a lot more work to be done when it comes to combating global warming and protecting our planet. For example, the chemicals that replace those CFCs that were phased out.
Those don't damage the ozone layer, but it turns out they're very powerful greenhouse gases, about 2,000 times more powerful than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas.
Greenhouse gases that cause global warming, which contribute to the harmful impacts of climate change. Jones is hopeful that the shrinking of the hole in the ozone layer shows we can come together across the world and do the same to combat global warming.
This example that you're bringing up is a success. Why can't we do the same thing with some of these greenhouse gases?
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's check the roads once again with TransGuide Smooth Sailing. We can see the sun starting to come up. Sunrise officially at 7:30 this morning. So you do want your sunglasses this morning once the sun is up. It's going to be quite bright, and as you would expect. As we look at 90 and couples here, the traffic is starting to pick up some, seeing the volume increase a little bit more, and we're starting to get into the heart of rush hour here, so this is no surprise. Starting to see a few brake lights too, so there could be some slowdowns, but so far it's been pretty good. Let's take a look at some other TransGuide cameras. There's 37 and Cesar Chavez. Looks like things are quiet there. Now that'll be a different story later today around the Alamo Dome. 281 north at Loop 1604. Looks good there too. The map shows that the fire that Katrina was at a little bit earlier this morning, that's off the map, and that wasn't really causing any slowdowns. There are fire crews at another fire on the west side, still may cause a few slowdowns there. And a little bit of a slowdown with this crash here, which is near Callahan and 410. Not a big deal. I believe this is off the main lanes, but something to keep in mind if you're going to be traveling there along 410. And very quickly, if you're heading to the Alamo Dome tonight, here's a little bit more information. We've been letting you know about this throughout the morning, but between 3 and 6 p.m. there is some free parking at the City Tower Garage and St. Mary's Garage. That's at Main or Commerce and Travis Street, respectively. Those are two places where you can park, but it's going to fill up quickly. Otherwise, you can do via Park and Ride from the AT&T Center or Crossroads 151 Crossroads Boulevard. Of course, all the permit parking there at the Alamo Dome filled up. It's going to be a busy night there across downtown. Mike.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, sir. All right, yesterday the sun set. We had a couple of extra clouds, and we got so many pictures. Absolutely spectacular out there. And then to add to what Justin was just showing, there you can see off to the left of your screen. We're over there at 410 and I-10 looking pretty much down to the south or southwest, and there's the early morning glow of the sun thinking about coming over the horizon. 36 in town. Freezing, 20s in parts of the hill country, and a little bit of a breeze. So we do have a slight wind chill in places. Feels like 31 Port SA, as well as at the airport. It does not feel like 3 below in Divine.
We were wondering, buddy. We were like, is he going to address that?
Think we've got a bad reading, to say the least.
Yeah.
And wind chill down to 22, though, out there in Kerrville. If it is 3 below feeling in Divine, no, I'm kidding. Bad thermometer out there. 35 is when it's all said and done as our low temperature this morning. And then we're going to warm up quickly. Dry air warms up very quickly. Upper 50s at noon. 65 for a high temperature. And once that sun goes down, temperature is going to drop off very quickly. So if you're out this afternoon and then going to stay out in through the evening hours or heading down to the game, take your jacket because it's going to be chilly later on tonight. Now, as far as the humidity, dew points, measure moisture in the atmosphere, are going to be staying very low today, tomorrow, and then start to creep up a little bit on Sunday. That'll be held in check somewhat with a bit of a front trying to move through here on Monday, which will just kind of trim that humidity off a little bit. Then the humidity is going to try and come back in here toward the middle of next week, but we'll have another front that's going to trim that off, and that front will then bring in some cooler temperatures for the end of the week because we'll get progressively warmer. Tomorrow is going to be almost identical to today as far as temperatures, beautiful sunrise, sunset, and so forth. And then we get up to 80 by Tuesday. Like I said, we'll cool back down again then by the end of next week. Low temperatures with some slightly extra humidity will be staying up in the 50s as we go into the first part of next week and then dropping down by the latter part of next week. So the forecast today, spectacular day. Grab a jacket, and then we'll be up to 58 at noon. So you still probably need it throughout the rest of the morning, and then not this afternoon. But like I said, hang on to it, though, if you're going to be out this evening, because it's going to be a chilly evening. Tomorrow, we start off mid-30s once again, up to the mid-60s. 50 Sunday morning, not as cold. 75 for high temperature, 77 Monday, very nice. Not really anything too extreme, especially for all the march and all the activities on Monday. And then that next front, hopefully a couple of showers by Wednesday.
Well, we want the rain, but at least it'll hold off till after the festivities on Monday.
Right.
Thank you, Mike.
6:52, 37 degrees.
And tomorrow on GMSA, smartphone hacks you may not know about. Everything from recovering deleted photos to one of the best ways to save battery life. What you need to know.
And outside with live cam on your Friday. Thanks for starting your day with us right here on GMSA.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. We are having a good commute so far. There have not been that many issues out on the roadways. Sun's beginning to come up, and as we look at some of the major freeways here, I-35 at Eisenhower, everything is moving along smoothly. Same at I-35 and AT&T Parkway. Quick check of the maps. We have a couple of incidents out there. This one along 410 near Callahan does look like it's perhaps causing a little bit of a slowdown there in the eastbound lanes of 410. Otherwise, everything looks pretty good. There's another incident near Castroville Road, but not a lot of slowdowns this morning, Mike.
Thank you very much, sir. Look at that glorious sunrise on the left-hand side of your screen out there. Beautiful. Grab a coat. We're at 38 right now. Still freezing out in portions of the hill country. And we've got a little bit of a wind chill to deal with in some areas. And high temperature today is going to make it up to 65. If you're heading out this afternoon, take a coat with you. It's going to cool off tonight.
All right, everybody on tippy toes.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Better.
There.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Happy Friday. We'll see you at 9.